evaluations to look at are people competent to stand trial, or are they sane when they committed a crime. But tuition, when I went, was $75 a quarter, full-time, and once you were full-time, it didn't matter if you took 12 hours or 18 hours, and I tended to take 18. So books were actually a little bit more expensive than tuition. Books tended to be about $100 a quarter. And it was an automatic, transfer. And so I completed both years, graduated, and then transferred to Madison College, now JMU. Completed my degree there, and then went on to go to school several more times after that. It was, there was a real camaraderie. It wasn't like schools, with lots of parties and things. The people that were going were serious. At the time I was going, there were a lot of veterans who had just gotten out of the service, who had served in Vietnam. And so I was going with generally an older group of students who were typically in their early to mid-20s. And so those were many of the friends that I had made at that time. The other part was during the Arab oil embargo. Many of you are probably not too familiar with that, but at that time you could only get gas every other day, and you could only get $2 worth. No, I'm caught up.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if you were doing it.
Oh, no, not yet. All right.
Perfect. Today, kids are taking on huge debts to go to school, and I really have encouraged a lot of kids in my family, nieces and nephews, children of friends, to explore community college as a way of not spending as much and getting a good education. The other part, looking back at my own experience, when I went, it was relatively small, and there were really great professors. I had, an English class with 8, a physics class with 11, an economics class that probably had 15. Whereas my friends that were going to Virginia Tech, they were in an auditorium with 1,500 folks watching a video lecture, and maybe they, if they had a question, they'd talk to a graduate student. And so, I really felt like I was getting the better end of the deal. The other part, I wanted to say about going to community college, a lot of kids will think it's for kids who aren't as good academically. I was in the National Honor Society in high school. I was a really good student. I chose it for financial reasons. I discovered once I was there that I got a really good education.